Introducing our guest today perhaps wouldn't do justice to who she is. She's a radio jockey, a TEDx speaker, and a drama educator amongst the 100 profile that she holds. How about we find out more about her from the storyteller herself?
Good morning and welcome to breakfast number 1. This is the happiest way to wake up.
Hold on a second. What in the world is happening? My show has successfully been taken over by Malvika. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Well, I guess once a presenter,
Always a presenter. Clearly. You know, not just that, I have been, guys, kidnapped and I've been taken over to this place I have no idea of, because with an RJ, you always expect to be in a studio.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, Malvika?
Okay, so radio is a large and wonderful part of my life and I love what I do, but I do many things. So apart from being a radio presenter and a speaker and a yoga enthusiast and a fitness freak, I'm also, and this is a large and very important part of my life and my passion, I'm a drama enthusiast and a drama educator. So I teach kids between the age of 5 and 18.
And how long
drama.
has it been for you here?
So I've been teaching at the Hive since the Hive opened, which is now 4 years ago.
Wow. So is there anything that Malvika doesn't do? And also, you know, I need to know this, that when was it that you realized that you want to be a performer? That stage is my place. This is where I want to be in life.
Okay, I'll tell you a story, right? My parents could not get me to shut up. Okay. So this was a real problem. They simply couldn't get me to stop talking. And if there was no other person to talk to, then I would talk to anything. I would talk to curtains, I would talk to windows, I would talk to tables. I was an incurable speaker as a kid. I think my first time on stage was, I was supposed to do this thing where I went on stage and let go of a balloon. But I figured if I held on to the balloon, more people would watch me.
And I'm going to grab more attention. Yes.
Exactly, right? So, yeah, that's where it started.
Right.
And kindergarten.
Okay, and when did you realize your love for the mic?
My love for the mic happened when I was in college. I was in my second year of college, and a friend of mine told me that they were hunting for radio presenters. So I used to kind of freelance, not really freelance, I used to drop into Radio City Bangalore and do voiceovers. For very little money, but just simply for the thrill of being in the presence of these people who I'd listened to day in and day out. And they were a legendary group of people in Bangalore. So they had pretty much owned the industry for so long, right? So I used to go in there, I used to drop in, do a couple of voiceovers and leave, and then I found out that their night presenter, Rohit Barker, was moving to another station. So a friend said, hey, why don't you audition? It might be a good idea. I went in there overconfidently as a 19-year-old. I recorded a couple of links, and I didn't really expect them to call me back. And then they did.
So tell us more about your show, Breakfast Number 1. We believe it is the most popular and the most widely heard show, right?
It is, and we are so lucky that it is. I work with two incredible co-hosts, Sid and Parikshit. We've been hosting the show as this trio for the last year. Sid and I are the longest running breakfast duo on radio in the Bollywood space. We wake up over 1 million people every morning, and what a privilege it is, right? I think what really makes it fantastic is the fact that we have a family of listeners who've let us into the most intimate places in their lives, you know. Most days, if you are driving from Sharjah to Dubai on a daily basis, you're probably spending more time with us than you are with your spouse. Or your kids, or your parents. So what happens is that without really knowing it, we develop this really close relationship with people who we haven't even met. And in a world where we have so much of video content thrown at us day in and day out, it's magical that audio can still do this.
You know, in fact, taking a cue from what you just said, and you know, building a relationship with an absolute stranger brings me to your TEDx talk. Yeah. 7 ways of having a conversation
with anyone.
With anyone.
Yeah.
Yes, and it has crossed more than 12 million views.
That's right.
Wow, Malvika, that is some achievement.
Thank
you.
you. Thank you very much.
Tell us more about that, about how you thought about you know, talking on something of around that.
I've always been a great admirer of TED. The very idea that, you know, just having an idea is enough. without any commercial interests, without worrying about, whether it's going to bring in the bucks or not. To be able to share that idea with millions of people and create a forum and a stage where people can do that is a fantastic idea in itself. So when I was asked to do the TEDx by the students of BITS Pilani, I did a lot of introspection and spoke to my friends at the radio station, thought about all the radio coaching that we had been a part of, and boiled this skill down to an exact science of 7 ways to make conversation with pretty much anyone.
You can drink and eat right things and exercise. But to feel completely healthy, you need healthy skin. Cetaphil strengthens and protects even the most sensitive skin, so you can look and feel healthier. Cetaphil, complete your health routine.
You know, Malvika, I need to know this from you. With something like a TEDx or any other platform that you've represented yourself, how do you think are the women in the UAE sort of getting affected with it, or let's just say empowered with something of this sort? Do you think that you have become a sort of a role model for a lot of women out there, and you're sort of inspiring them, and you're in a way also carving the way out for them, you know, that if you have it in you, then just
do it.
Just do it, yes, yeah.
Yeah, not to sound like a cliche, but yeah, just do it already. I think that nobody who is a role model sees themselves as a role model. You don't, wake up one morning and say, in 10 years, I am going to be a role model. No, you set out following your passion. You set out doing things you love. You do it with discipline, you do it with consistency, you do it with passion every single day. And it doesn't matter whether you're a potter or whether you're a cobbler or whether you're an artist or whether you're a scientist. I think if you develop a certain consistency and discipline and a passion for something and you do it over time, then you inspire people around you.
Do you think as a woman it's been challenging for you to sort of reach where you've reached, or has it just been a smooth journey?
I can say that being in the arts, being in the performing arts, it is an advantage to be a woman. Okay. It's an advantage because I think we come with an inbuilt sensitivity, an emotional quotient that is higher than the other sex.
Right, right.
That is helpful.
Yes.
You're able to empathize a lot more, you're able to connect a lot better, you're able to spread warmth in a way that comes to you with a lot more ease. Having said that, I also am in a very privileged position, and I'll say that. I work at a radio station where currently we have 5 female presenters and 4 male presenters.
Oh.
I have a female boss.
I like the ratio, yes.
Yeah, I have a female boss, and I have never once at work felt like, okay, I've been, the opportunity has been passed over because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Of course, it comes with its own sets of challenges and with its own, I have to worry about what lipstick I'm going to wear on stage when I do a show.
Yes.
But it also comes with its privileges.
You like to refer your dad as the Dalai Lama.
Yes.
Yeah, I read it somewhere. What is that? Like, what is the connection here?
So many years ago, in the year 1996 to be specific, my dad had a paralytic stroke. So he can't move the right side of his body. It was a pretty severe stroke. Also, he lost his ability to speak. Look at the irony of things, right? And here's what I do for a living. So a large part of my teen years were actually spent with him. And without knowing it, I think I became a qualified speech therapist.
You're also that.
Also that.
Okay, also that. Of all the things that we've just mentioned, she's also a speech therapist. Let's go ahead. Yes.
But he's someone who's recently been sort of diagnosed with cancer. But you have never in your life met a man as happy as him. He is so incredible, and he just gives off so much happiness even within that limited circle of people that he interacts with every day. When he goes down for his walk, whether he meets a gardener or whether it's the daily nurse who comes or whether it's someone who's come to do a blood test, the man will leave you feeling happier than when he met you. And he is my Dalai Lama for that reason. He is at peace with the world.
So a normal human being has 24 hours in a day. People like me, and we like to sleep in that, we like to eat in that, and then maybe work for a few hours. Yeah. What is it like for you? How do you bifurcate your 24 hours?
So my average day starts at about 4:30 in the morning. That's when our first alarm goes off. Within about half an hour, I'm showered, coffeed, dressed up and out the door. 6 o'clock is when we go live. every single day. Come rain, come shine, come summer, come winter, 6 o'clock the mic goes on. So 6 to 10 is when the show happens. Post that, Parikshit and I sit together and have a good laugh and a hearty breakfast. That's followed by plenty of other things that we do at the radio station. There's the planning of campaigns, there's events to be planned, there's videos to be made, social media stuff to be handled. Usually we're out the door by about lunchtime, so by about 1, I head home, have a good desi lunch, try and catch a nap if I can. Otherwise, that's when I do all my emails, the other social media influencer stuff that kind of keeps me busy. That's when I'm, texting everybody and mailing everybody and setting things up. By about 5 in the evening, I'm back at the Hive. I'm teaching drama classes. So that's weekdays and weekends. I spend a couple of hours here. So yeah, that's how it goes.
At this point, I don't even know if this question makes any sense, but I'm still very curious to know.
Okay.
If not an RJ, or if not so many other things, what is it that you would have been?
I am an absolute nerd. Yeah. So when I was in college, my big dream was to become an economist and join the IMF. I was very interested in developmental economics, and when the stage lights are out and the radio mic is turned off, a 40-something-year-old woman will walk into a university, say, "My name is Malvika, may I have admission for your economics masters, please?"
I think that's a good plan. That's a good plan, Malvika.
I hope so.
Yes, and I have to say it has been such a pleasure chatting with you. In fact, I feel pleasure is the wrong word. It has been so much fun chatting with you here today. Thank you so very much for being a part of our show.
It's been a pleasure chatting with you too.
Thank you so much. And you guys, thank you for watching Women of Substance, organized by
Khaleej Time
and led by
Cetaphil.
With over 70 years of experience in dermatology, Cetaphil knows all about your skin. How your skin needs more often cleansing due to the weather, but a gentle one. How frequent use of water dries up your skin that needs to be effectively moisturized. And how strong the sun is year-long that sun protection is a necessity. Cetaphil is by your side all the time to strengthen and protect your skin. Cetaphil, complete your health routine.